I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Glad I got to give you the tour. Um, I'll be right back to wrap this thing up. But yeah, just give me a couple of minutes here, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, let's do this thing. I ordered my blotter. Nice. I gotta sharpen this knife. Oh my gosh. So what I want to do is just take some of the thickness off of this so that it can bend and not be so bulky. I've got this little offcut from the strap, and what I want to do is just wrap it around like that. I guess I could just. I don't want to have to split this. I think I got to get a splitting machine because this is annoying. This is always annoying. And it's like a little risky too, because if I have just enough to make something like this, sometimes I'll split it not quite right. So I'm gonna try to be careful and just kind of split it in half. So I'm basically taking off the suede, like kind of a suede layer of the leather on the flesh side. Let's see, can I might have to use my other knife. Hello, hey Wim, how's it going? Good to see you again. Just putting the finishing touches on this journal here. I'm having some trouble trying to split some leather. I can't even see what I'm doing from that angle. Let's see. That might help. All good? Nice. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Okay, so I've got a cut started all the way around at least. Let's see if I can carry that through decently. But yeah, there's a few different little trim pieces, I guess, that are made out of this leather that I really like. I love the thickness of it, and I love the weight and the feel of it. But it is useful to thin it down sometimes. So these little patches to finish the ribbons, except for the Norse one, that's a bead instead. But yeah, these patches, that's the same leather as this strap. I've also used that leather for carving. Made a custom journal. My previous commission was, or the commission that I finished previously anyway. This one has been sitting in my work in process pile for some time now. My previously finished commission was a Eurovision themed journal, and for that one I did it was a burgundy cover leather, and then a carved patch in this black latigo, and that I'm so glad that this leather will take a uh, will take carving and tooling so nicely. Okay, I'm going a little shallow here, which isn't that's fine. Hopefully I can just tidy it up a little bit. I really want to make sure I don't take off too much because then the piece is toast. But hopefully, or the part anyway. Also, I did some splitting of leather during my vacation. I love sitting outside in the morning sun just creating stuff. Yeah, nothing like it. Nothing quite like it. Okay, we are almost through. Would help if this knife were sharp, as is usually the case. Okay, so I've just got to do a little bit of revision on this. You're making me nervous watching you. Yeah, that looks more dangerous than it is because I actually have the knife and the piece pinched between my fingers. And so like I'm I've got it squeezed like this. So there isn't really much way for me to cut myself on that. And I'm also progressing very gradually with it. So I do appreciate your concern. And at the same time, please don't tell my mom because she wouldn't believe that that's a safe operation to do. But I can assure you, you're not going to see any injuries here. He is a professional, but I feel what you feel. Yeah, I guess we've got a consensus there. Don't tell my mom, guys. But yeah, I mean the fact that the knife is not that sharp actually makes things a little bit riskier rather than safer, kind of counterintuitively, because when a knife is dull, you need to use more, you need to put more force behind it. You need to do things that are like not good technique, good form. Nice. Okay. That came out that came out good. I was thinking that this would change the fit. There is a little bit of room here. I think I'm gonna take just, gosh, maybe an eighth, maybe an eighth. Let's start with the 16th. We can always take an eighth after that, right? Could be worse. I bought a chainsaw recently. Oh yeah, I'm still scared of my round knife. Yeah, I mean the round knife is sharp all the way around too. Um, Chainsaws, yeah, chainsaws, it's really important to know how that tool works and what can go wrong and why, and what you should be doing about it to prevent stuff from going wrong. For me, I have a little electric chainsaw. I have limited experience with it, and what I've been doing is just the uh, very basic bucking. And so as long as I stay away from the tip of the bar and all that stuff, should be totally fine. But it's definitely a tool that you need to have respect and understanding for. Um, at the same time, if you do treat it with that respect, there isn't necessarily a reason to fear the chainsaw. Sharp enough to get sharp enough you get clean cuts. Yep. Oh yeah, I this round knife that I've got, I got to put a good edge on it again, but when I bought it, it was such a screamer out of the box. I had never like I'd never experienced that with leather. It was really incredible. Need to rebuild the carburetor before I can get any good practice. It's a longer bar than I've used before, but it's nice. Oh, definitely need to get some new class 1 PPE. Yeah, that's the other thing is like I'm keeping it very, very basic with the cuts that I make because I don't have the like the chaps and stuff. Um and I don't have the training. So um until like my chainsaw repertoire is going to be very, very limited to the very basic safest cuts, um, until the time that it becomes worthwhile for me to equip myself better. Also, my neighbor was telling me that those like chaps that will jam up the motor don't always work as well, or there are ones that work really well for a gas chainsaw that wouldn't quite stop an electric chainsaw just because of the particular dynamics of the internal combustion engine versus the uh, electric motor. So that was I'm glad they reminded me of that because that's an important distinction there. If you've got a chainsaw going for your femur, you you definitely want to have the right PPE. Oh, whoops. I guess I could have used that thread. Uh, Let me get another needle here and we're going to finish this off. Wow. Gosh, we had what, 3 raids today? And I'm seeing a lot of people sticking around. Thank you very, very much. That means a lot to me, and I'm glad that we're going to be able to bring all of this onto another stream soon. Defo, chainsaws were made for bone originally, after all. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Forgot about that. That chainsaw lore. I like that's just that just seems so barbaric to me. If you don't know what what Crip in a Box and I are talking about, the chainsaw was originally developed for assisting in childbirth. And you're welcome to figure out the rest of that, but geez. Okay. So I've made a couple of stitches here in this little piece that I thinned down. And I want to do like a little stitch across. And then let's see, how did I get this to lay flat? I had a butt stitch that I quite liked. Is this short? This might be a little short. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm gonna cross. Do I want to cross over? Yeah, I'll cross over on the outside. Sometimes I cross over on the outside, sometimes I cross over on the inside. Come on. Where's the hole? I'm like a bad golfer here. Come on. There we go. Widen that with the scratch awl a little bit. And then, all right. I find this little crisscross really helps keep the leather from buckling up at the seam. And the compression of the butt stitch would have a tendency to do that. I'm going to loop this over one more time. It'll be a double stitch at either end there. Let me get my pliers. Let me flip this over to the back so I'm not marring the grain. If I poke through with that needle by accident. There we go. Perfect. All right. Snug that up. Cross it over. Okay, so these are both pretty short. So we'll do one pass each here. Put a little tension on it, but not so over tightened that we buckle that seam. It's hard to see with the black thread on black leather. There we go. Okay. Okay, press that out a little flat as we go in for the final stitching here. And then this will be a nice little hidden detail, I think. I like how these come out, these little keeper butt stitches. Come on. And just get that tidy. Okay, tie this off. And where are my thread snips? All right. And this will be done. I might do just a little bit of trimming here to finish. But yeah, this is the last thread snip here. The last assembly operation of this journal. All right, so let's see how we did. I've been excited to see the end result of this particular journal for quite some time now. So let's ooh, all right. Dust it off a little bit. So we've got, let me show you the detail here on what we just did. So this keeper has this little crisscross butt stitch, sort of an hourglass shape, which is going to be hidden for the most part until it's opened. But let's close the buckle and take a look at this from all angles. Tuck the tail of the strap under there. That's nice and snug. I'm glad I didn't take off any more than that. I'm glad I only took off a 16th. This will break in and loosen up a little bit, but it does need to be functional right off the bat. So very nice. I like how the buckle strap looks with the lacing and how the buckle itself looks with the charms. The spine looks great. The back looks nice. Pockets are good. Well, I think this has been a very successful stream here. All right. You can just see the ribbons at the top there. Looks lovely. Nice one. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. And again, here's that maker's mark in the corner there. Nice. With the lacing going around it. Whew! Double leathercraft. I love those emotes. Those are great. Okay. Whew. So that was a really fun stream. Thank you very much to all the new followers, the chatters, all the lurks. We had raids from Moko made with a whopping 113 viewers. Pezliz also came in, 38 viewers strong, and Amy Wiseart with 21 viewers. Thanks so much for all of your support and all your interest. I love getting to show off not only my work but the shop as well. Thank you for the follow, Crip in a Box. Um, yeah, I am. I want to be doing more and more of this. Hopefully, we'll be doing a bandsaw tune-up stream soon, as well as starting some woodworking projects for the house. I have a lot of stuff that I want to make. It's going to start with like organizers for the kitchen, like a drawer insert for our knives, or what else? Like utensil compartments and stuff. Hey, it helps that you are eye candy as well. I'll sit here and watch you work leather just for that. I may be married, but I'm not dead. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Glad I could provide some enjoyable viewing today. Okay, so let's find a raid target here. But yeah, glad I got to share the story of my work and my workshop, as well as some family history as well. There's a lot of meaning in craft for me. So I'm very glad that I'm able to enjoy all this stuff and share it and find so much support and inspiration as well. I had a lot of fun with all the shop talk. Let's see. Let's maybe check out. We're gonna check out what the traveling tatter is doing. How about that? Tatter. Tatter. Traveling tatter. Okay, great. Um, very, very glad that I got to finish this journal. And I'm excited to give it to the recipient and on to the next one. Soon I will be working on a custom commission for Ferret Fawcett, who was here in chat as well. That might not be next stream, but definitely by next week at some point, I'll be working on that. So Stay tuned for more of that. And again, thank you. And in the meanwhile, let's go have some fun with the traveling tatter. So I'll see you there.